your lordship will see that these are instances where the person is clearly identifiable. There are policemen who are slapping ladies, molesting them, using batons in their private parts, if I may say so. It is so ghastly. We can't have the Delhi police investigating into this when we are alleging that they are the ones who have used excessive force. It has to be some independent agency.
A large number of people who purported to be police force were in mufti. They were not wearing their police uniforms. Even those wearing police uniforms didn't have their badges on them. So whether they were police people, we don't know. But we do know that they were armed. They were armed with lathis and they were armed with excessive shock-producing batons, which are not even prescribed for the Delhi police and the RAF who were deployed there. You find a journalist being taken along with one of the volunteers who shows a car which has been parked just that night with its windshield broken, its side smashed, and he says they've brought it and parked it here so that they can blame us later that this happened. There is also another video which shows at 6:30 a.m. in the morning a truck full of bricks and stones, which you can't see from the side, but if you climb up and look in, it's full of bricks and stones which are kept there. Nothing brought by the volunteers and the young people who were there protesting for our rights.
And an inquiry be made into the entire incident. I am not for 1 minute saying that people who have caused injuries to police officers, they should be let off if they have taken law into their own hands. More than 90 people have suffered injuries as far as students are concerned.
Oh, there is no allegation.
And the list is growing.
That any police officer was hit.
No, I am just as a matter of abundant caution saying this. And some kind of directions need to be passed in relation to
preserve all CCTVs, because that will be very, very
in relation to the fact as to when a situation like this happens, what is the code of conduct that the law enforcing agency has to maintain.
Can I just supplement for 2 minutes?
Then one more aspect, my lord. We are also, if your lordship sees the prayers, in the prayers we are also asking the preservation of all the material, which includes the video recordings, the CCTV cameras at various places, the Rose Ramchas, the circulars which they said came into force, the directions by which the police officials acted, who gave those directions, all that material needs to be preserved. We are seeking the setting up of a special investigation team or any independent agency which your lordship may think to inquire into these incidents. And we can't have the Delhi police investigating into this when we are alleging that they are the ones who have used excessive force. It has to be some independent agency. Those who are identifiable, my lord, we have given the material before the Honorable Court. Your lordship will see that these are instances where the person is clearly identifiable. There are policemen who are slapping ladies, molesting them, using batons in their private parts, if I may say so. It is so ghastly. 6, we say, my lord, we are asking for preservation and production of all CCTV footage. If there is drone footage, that can be called for. Body-worn camera recordings, videography, wireless communication records, PCR logs, deployment orders, orders pertaining to the use of force, lathi charge, tear gas, batons, and tasers, which were used as if cattle was being herded with electric shocks. We also beseech for the constitution of a high-level judicial inquiry, my lord, or an independent inquiry at least. Otherwise, we won't get to the bottom of this.
Yes. These incidents took place on 20th July 2026. I speak for myself and I say that I've gone through about 130 of these videos. They're all been uploaded, they're freely available, and we have had them verified as well. Why the videos are relevant in this case are the following. The videos reveal this. 1, there are a large number of people who purported to be police force were in mufti. They were not wearing their police uniforms. Even those wearing police uniforms didn't have their badges on them. So whether they were police people, we don't know. But we do know that they were armed. They were armed with lathis and they were armed with excessive shock-producing batons, which are not even prescribed for the Delhi police and the RAF who were deployed there. The second, the video shows specifically DCP Sandeep Lamba, that is his name, his badge is captured, slapping a woman who is standing innocently on the side and doing nothing. She's not moving. I can show you that video right now. DCP Sandeep Lamba is his name. Let's not be additional DCP. Let's not be scared to name our thugs in uniform when they deserve to be named. He should be summoned here and he should be asked to be accountable for his actions. Third, this is after the crowd was dispersed. There was no heat or fury, no crowds, nothing. Completely unprovoked. He's walking past two women. He reaches across and slaps one of them across the face. These are the people that we put in charge of our police force to protect us. And that's why we are before this court. The third, the Supreme Court, while dealing with this in 2012 in the Ram Leela case, very specifically went para and verse into the various standing orders and the procedures that are laid down, said they were dissatisfied with the existing standing orders, gave specific directions for standing orders to be issued by the Delhi Police Commissioner, who's respondent number 1, with reference to protests like this. Till date, we don't have such a standing order which has been issued. We have only one of 2011. What the Supreme Court said in Ram Leela Maidan was that in that particular case where Baba Ramdev, etc., had been responsible for fomenting some of the police action, here there has been nothing. Nobody provoked anything, absolutely nothing. What the Supreme Court there said is that the first step you will take is ensure knowing the numbers that are there. And as Mr. Hariharan and Mr. Singh said, there were hundreds of thousands of people already there for the last 20 days. And they knew that this was a date. So the first step you should have taken was to ensure you follow your protocol and you have announcements of how you are going to disperse. Second, you will have enough and sufficient water cannons. In Ram Leela, they did not, and the court frowned upon that. You will have enough water cannons as the first step. Here they had one water cannon, which from what I understand was not deployed at all. Tear gas will be the last option and you will not deploy it. They threw it at mothers, wives, small children. There are men standing there with 3-year-old children on their shoulders. Photos and videos will show you that. Tear gas was thrown at them. Canisters were thrown at them. The further instruction is that when tear gas is thrown, it will be thrown away from the crowd and not at them. The number of injuries that happened were completely and solely because of the actions of the Delhi police, the RF, and those who claimed to be Delhi police and RAF. The videos will also show your lordships, as has already been mentioned, that there are lathis with nails which are not one instance of any action. And I'm telling you personally, as an officer of this court, I've seen 110 videos. I sat it till the kind of bullying and madness which has captured the imagination of these people purporting to be policemen, that they wear helmets, they're wearing t-shirts and jeans, they trip up a protester who's trying to run away. And when he falls down, 4 of them get after him with batons and start beating him with lathis. This kind of excessive force, if the constitutional courts don't step in and stem, it's a license to the police to just get away with absolutely anything because they know they have the sanction of their political masters. It is here, my lords, that we must be accountable. And we need to have them explain their actions, and which is why our prayers include that apart from an SIT, an FIR against these so-called police officers and administrative disciplinary action taken against them, we need to have a judicial inquiry as well. As far as the preservation of records, I think we have enough and more records in any event. There are multiple. Today, every single human being who's walking around with a cell phone is a journalist. There is enough and more video proof. There is also, and this one is unverified, so I'm putting a caveat on it. There is a video of 6:30 on the morning of 20th, where you find a journalist being taken along with one of the volunteers who shows a car which has been parked just that night with its windshield broken, its side smashed, and he says they've brought it and parked it here so that they can blame us later that this happened. There is also another video which shows at 6:30 a.m. in the morning, a truck full of bricks and stones, which you can't see from the side, but if you climb up and look in, it's full of bricks and stones which are kept there. Nothing brought by the volunteers and the young people who were there protesting for our rights. the rights of our children and our grandchildren. And it's for them that Gandhi laid down his life, and generations of our people laid out their lives for protesting against foreign colonial rule, and we have to put up with this now. I'm grateful, Manoj. I just believe that notice has to go to them and some strict action be taken independently.